Well, I was going to say, just do what I do and ignore the baby in real life. No, it's like, I've said this before, and it's absolutely true. Never, ever, ever put a baby. I know everybody wants to because for the majority of people out there, it's like, oh, family. Oh, we need to get married and have suburban kids, and then we can, go to movies about little kids and all this stuff. And the thing is, here's the problem. When you're telling a story, your story is about characters who want something. There's a legitimate goal. Maybe their goal is to have a baby. Okay, fine. That's a story about two people trying to have a baby. You make the movie about the baby or you introduce the baby, guess what? You just killed your story dead because that baby is not a character. That baby is an object. The baby doesn't want anything except to lie there and crap in its diaper and drool and throw up on you and scream and shriek. So not only does it not do anything, but the things that it does do are really irritating. Of course, if you're a suburban parent, the baby shat in its diaper and it stinks really bad. It's charming. It's so true. Shit does stink. Like, yeah, that's hilarious. Milk that joke for 90 minutes. Why don't you? Like Michael Bay would. Except then the diaper would also explode. But my point ultimately being, do not put a baby in your story because guess what? Now you've got to deal with a freaking baby, and a baby is a liability to your story. The baby is just there to get in the way. It's like, oh, but look, he's all cute. Well, great. Go on YouTube or watch America's Funniest Home Videos where you can get it in little 30-second bursts that don't have a story. If you're trying to tell a story, your baby just killed it. Don't put a baby in your story.
Wow. You did the same thing on Trans Tech, one of the commentary tracks. It's more aggressive because it's a podcast. Hello. This is radio station KATS, Milpitas, San Jose. And this is a brief snippet, just for fun, on September the 19th, relating to the podcast. Mark's Cards and I did a podcast for the pilot story. And we aired most of it, but Mark's Card said, you got to put the baby part on there somewhere. So we threw the part about the ranting about the baby on the on here, on the second official episode of the season. The pilot counts as 3 episodes. So this is actually the 4th official episode of the season. And it was kind of a pain in the butt making this one because we said, we're going to do it with no rehearsals. That was a bad idea. Because if we didn't know rehearsals, I ended up with blurry footage I couldn't use. A half hour of it. Totally useless. I had to do it over again. So, it goes to show you, make rehearsal takes on your videos. You're going to end up with useless footage. And also make sure the lighting works. The camera. And all that stuff works. If you're going to do a high definition, it's got to look cool. I know a lot of you guys out there like those phone cameras and iPhones and whatever. That footage, just pod phone cameras, it just doesn't look as good as doing it on video with video editing software. It's just better video editing software. So if you can get some video editing software, get some. You can even get your basic kind. You don't have to get Photoshop Element and Photoshop Pro or there's a couple of Mac ones too. You can get some of the lower end ones, that aren't like hundreds of dollars, and put those in there. Adobe does the elements. That's fairly easy to use once you figure it out. Adobe Pro is not that easy to use, so I don't use it. This is anyway, so that's about how to make sure you put your videos together right. If you don't have the video editing software and you've got like a sketch show story idea, I don't know how you'd really put it together without like Movie Maker or some primitive sort of editing software. You really need that because otherwise your story just comes off as, oh, they have a camera pointed in one direction with one camera angle the whole time and they're in front of it and they're talking endlessly into the camera. Isn't that funny? No, you got to do more than that. Granted, the Kal Kat show should have an actual cameraman. We should have Mark's Cards actually film Kal Kat moving around That way he doesn't have to manipulate the camera himself. It would be much better if some of these episodes were co-created, and that would be awesome to do some of those in the future. As for the other projects and stories we're working on, well, they're still being worked on. So there will inevitably be a commercial advertisement for Distant Destinies, The Canary Redemption by Adam Brown. Go read that. It is awesome. And I'm just saying that. And actually, I'm writing the sequel. So, yeah. So, you got to see that and then the sequel. So, let's see. Yeah, 4 minutes already. So, yeah, Clint Cowpoke's not in this one because, well, I'm going to save him for the next one. I'm going to kind of come up with a Clint Cowpoke oriented episode. No music video planned for the next one, but we had to do Justin Bieber's Baby. See, it goes with the baby themes. So we did that. It's tricky. That was fun doing that. The breakdancing is real. Some of it's sped up, but we have some footage on there where it isn't sped up and just the music in the background sped up. So you can see me actually doing old school breakdancing mixed in with some new school. Of course, some of it does look really cheap and Scooby-Doo like. It's in his zoo. Yeah. So there we are. There's my little snippet, my little 4-minute thing on doing internet videos. Yeah, so that's it there. Kal Kat signing off.